Well, congratulations, Leigh. It's just wonderful to see your show.
Thank you,
Iterate,
Julie.
Elaborate. And of course, as has already been mentioned, the installation room is just an absolute marvel. So I guess it's fair to say that in a lot of ways it's a culmination of the many works that we see around here in the gallery space, particularly maybe on a scale level, and possibly because maybe you were aware when you were planning it that you were going to use that space. Yes. So we might just start with some information about how you kind of responded to that space when John suggested that you could do a installation for your project.
He did. I'll allude to that a little later on when I give a thank you speech. There's a little bit of history to the scale idea, but so I wasn't surprised when John suggested an upscaling, and I recollect a conversation we had because I came obviously to visit the space and see what he was talking about, and we had to make a decision about how big a sculpture might be, and as you've seen, it is many factors larger than these little domestic sized pieces that are displayed in here. Essentially what we agreed was that the sculpture would need to be about as tall as us. John and I are a similar height if it were to occupy the space effectively. John actually very kindly offered to utilise the wall space of the gallery as well. And I went home knowing really that I wanted to extend the same idea in these smaller scale works, just on a larger scale, but also realising in that site-specific space that I was going to have to split the images, whereas prior to that they've always been bound together for a reason. That I would need to split them apart, but that was fine. And the prospect of utilising the walls as part of the artwork was obviously very, very exciting, and has exceeded my expectations, because that eerie glow that I keep referring to in my Instagram feed, I didn't expect. There were several things that happened in there that went beyond my expectations, just because of the alchemy, if you like, of the what was happening with the colour relationships, and so things began to happen on that scale that I couldn't have conceived of prior to just producing them and seeing how they interacted with each other.